Good morning. It is 6 o'clock. Thanks for being with us on THV 11, streaming on THV 11 Plus. I'm Karen Fuller.
I'm Hayden Balgavy, meteorologist Tracy Bean, breaking down your forecast for us. And Ashley King is officially in the house with a look at traffic, which I'm sure is off to a slow start, as usually is at 6.
Hopefully it'll stay that way throughout the morning. Yesterday we had a couple of accidents. You missed it, Hayden. It was
I was
exciting.
asleep.
No.
It's true.
Good. We hope
Well, I
you
got
were
like
weren't
6:45. I caught the tail end.
We were going to come wake you up today if you didn't show up, though. Sorry.
I made it. I woke up. I listened to the alarm, but yeah, it's a little different traffic at like 3:15 when you're driving here
So true.
at 6 a.m. But hopefully everybody's off to a good start. And again, one of my favorite shots.
Yeah.
Hey, did y'all? I was driving back from Conway. Real quick story. From Sunday, we went swimming at the in-laws. Me and the little dude. I got to tell you, the sunset over Pinnacle coming back,
Beautiful.
Conway into Little Rock. Oh my gosh, it was
Gorgeous, yeah.
beautiful.
Well, it's pretty. I looked outside just a few minutes ago, and you can see it behind us. It is gorgeous this morning.
Nice. Well, hopefully you're not distracted too much by this gorgeous sunrise. We're going to see this sunshine a little bit longer, and then we're going to start to see some clouds rolling in. So I don't know how pretty the sunset's going to be depending upon when the clouds roll in, but we are going to see some changes headed into the afternoon. But all is quiet across the city, and we do have those dew points only in the mid-60s, so it doesn't feel terrible out there. 71% humidity and a little bit of a wind there at 75 degrees. Not too bad. A few 60s still in areas such as Ashley's hometown, Clinton, 68 there, feeling pretty nice and breezy, and we're going to see those temperatures start to rise into the afternoon, of course, but only to the upper 80s and lower 90s. And depending upon when we start to see all the cloud cover making its way to us, we may not reach 91. We may stick right around that upper 80 mark, which I'm not sad about. So starting to see again the chance for maybe needing an umbrella as you're heading into the afternoon and the evening, and you might need it for your Wednesday as well. So high pressure is going to continue to dominate as we're making our way into the weekend. And Ashley, that means it's hot temperatures. They are back.
Summertime in Arkansas. Well, this is what it looks like on Interstate 430. We were just checking this out with Tracy a few minutes ago, and this is such a beautiful area right here. Let's look and see our live traffic camera, and it's looking good. This is a map, not a camera, but things are looking good despite that. And you can see all green on the map, which is what we like to see at 6:02. But we'll keep checking this and give you another update coming up.
Developing now, a fatal shooting involving ICE agents is raising new questions about federal immigration enforcement. It comes after a 26-year-old man was shot and killed during an ICE operation in Biddeford, Maine, marking the second deadly use of force by ICE in just 1 week. The shooting happened on Monday morning. Investigators have not said what led up to the encounter, but officials say the man was inside a vehicle when an agent opened fire. A local immigrant advocacy group says he was a Colombian national with a valid work permit and social security number. CBS News has confirmed the agents were not wearing body cameras. The shooting sparking protests and a vigil, and is at least the 11th fatal shooting involving ICE agents since President Trump returned to office.
I can't believe it happened again, and I'm sick to my stomach. This is my town. Time for ICE to leave it.
DHS says the man was in the country illegally and tried to flee when ICE agents attempted to stop him during a surveillance operation. The agency says an officer fired, citing concerns for public safety. Just days after the death of U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham, his temporary replacement is set to be sworn in today. South Carolina Governor Henry McMaster chose Graham's sister, Darlene Graham Nordone, to finish the remainder of his term. Nordone says she plans to continue her brother's work in the Senate. Graham died from an aortic dissection, according to preliminary findings, and tributes continue to pour in on Capitol Hill. She'll serve until January while South Carolina prepares for a special election to fill his seat.
The Arkansas Senior Olympics are back on track after the state restored $70,000 in funding. The money was reinstated after weeks of uncertainty following public pushback from athletes and lawmakers. The Arkansas Department of Human Services says it found available funding to support the program at the same level as last year. The money is expected to arrive in September, allowing the Senior Olympics to move forward as planned. The funding had been pulled just before the new fiscal year, leaving the future of the games in question.
DHS is up against the wall because of the growing demand in other areas that their budget requires to meet, whether it's the food for the senior adult centers or just, helping in other areas.
Questions remain about the state's $600 million surplus. State Senator Kim Hammer says it's being held in reserve in case federal funding is cut. Lawmakers meet next month to talk about budget priorities. Arkansas hospitals are under growing financial pressure, according to a new report from the Arkansas Hospital Association. The report says rising costs, low insurance reimbursements, and more than $1 billion in unpaid patient care are straining hospitals across the state. It comes after months of layoffs and service cuts at some facilities. Despite those challenges, hospitals generated nearly $20 billion in economic activity last year and supported more than 96,000 jobs statewide.
The city of Wrightsville is giving a vacant storefront new life. A former Dollar General, once the city's only grocery store, will be redeveloped into a one-stop community resource hub with healthcare, broadband and phone services, youth programs, and a new grocery store. The city is now accepting proposals from healthcare providers, nonprofits, and other organizations interested in leasing space and operating programs inside the building. Also in Wrightsville, the company behind a proposed $6 billion data center responding to community concerns.
Representatives from Avaya Digital and the company's attorney took questions during a town hall Monday night where residents raised concerns about noise, water use, and energy demand.
The meeting took place in the Wrightsville City Gym and was open to neighbors, business owners, and community leaders. Gave folks a chance to share their concerns directly, something that didn't happen at a similar meeting last month.
That time, the company didn't send anyone to speak, but the city's mayor called the discussion last night a step in the right direction.
I do think that we have positioned ourselves to ask the questions. We've been making sure that we are not just taking information at face value, that we can hold people accountable.
Meantime, the Pulaski County Quorum Court is expected to revisit a proposed moratorium on new data center projects during its agenda meeting later today. Governor Sanders is awarding more than $12 million in grants to cities and counties across Arkansas. The 88 Community Development and Rural Services grants will support infrastructure, public safety, parks, and other local projects, including street and sidewalk repairs and upgrades for first responders. You can find the full list of recipients on our website, thv11.com.
A boil order remains in effect this morning for Roland after a water main leak early Monday. The water company says it is precautionary. The Maumelle Water Corps says the loss in pressure can also allow contaminants to get into the system. Customers should boil any water used for drinking or preparing food. No word on how long to disinfect the system. Crews will do a bacteria test to check beforehand. Another heads up this morning, but this time for drivers. Part of West Markham Street is closed after a vehicle struck a pedestrian bridge near the Arkansas School for the Deaf and Blind. Video shows a big dent in the metal truss, and city engineers are checking to see if the bridge is structurally sound. The closure stretches between Barton and Thayer Streets and will stay in place until engineers determine that bridge is safe. Drivers are urged to use alternate routes.
Now let's go back to meteorologist Tracy Bean and get a look at what we can expect in the weather today.
Well, we've got a beautiful sunrise out there and plenty of sunshine to kick off our day. And we're going to see those temperatures in the upper 80s, lower 90s, just depending upon when all of these clouds make their way to us and get a bit thicker again and maybe keep temperatures from rising. We are going to start to see a few showers and maybe even a few light storms moving in from the east as we're heading into that rush hour time tonight. So keep that in mind if you do have somewhere to go or the kids are going to be out. Really looking at eastern and central Arkansas being most, I would say, risk, just meaning you're going to need the umbrella. Not looking for anything severe at this time, but we will start to see a bit more widespread rain on your Wednesday.